as long as you are sincere, will you be fine? That was our big question today. And the things that people believe and the things that float around our world, as long as you're sincere, will you be fine? Or are all faiths equal? The answer to that, Parkview, is no. No, they're not equal, right? They don't, listen, this is huge. They don't even claim to be equal. They don't even claim to all be going to the same place. And I know some of you right now are saying to yourself, Todd, how in the world am I going to remember all this? I'm never going to remember all this stuff you just said and this chart you went through. This was so cool, but I'm never, ever going to be able to remember it. Here's what I'm going to do for just the next few moments. I'm going to give you like the cliff notes to this whole chart. I'm going to show you, you don't have to remember all those things. I'm going to show you how you can remember the difference between Christianity and all of these other religions. Here's what you need to do. And some of you are saying, well, why didn't you just do that to start? Well, okay, right, okay. Here's the thing. Here's how you remember the difference between Christianity and all these other religions. All these other religions in the world and all these other religions that we've studied, here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to work their way up to God. They're trying to get up to God by certain actions, certain deeds, certain rituals, all kinds of traditions and things like that. They're trying to work their way up to God. And in some cases, some of these religions we studied, they're trying to become God, right? Through rituals or through countless reincarnations or something like that. But here's what I want to say to you, Parkview. Listen, this is huge. Here's what Christianity says. We don't become God. God became us. We don't become gods. God became us. You see, here's the amazing truth of Christianity. The amazing truth of Christianity is not that we go up. The amazing truth of Christianity is that Jesus came down. It's cool that we get to go up one day, but the amazing truth is that Jesus came down. Amen? And he walked on the earth that we walk on. And he breathed the air that we breathe. In John chapter 14, verse 6, Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And I know that some of you may be thinking, you know what, Todd, all those things you shared in the chart, you know, I can't argue all those things because I don't know about all those things. And I don't know about all those religions. But to me, the thing that sometimes gets me about Christianity and sometimes makes me nervous when I'm talking to people is that verse right there, that Jesus says, I am the way and the truth. It just taught, and here's what some of you are thinking in your mind. And we're going to wrap this up and we're going to pray. This is huge. Some of you are thinking, Todd, that just sounds to me like super exclusive, like narrow. Why would God be so narrow with that? It just in some ways doesn't sound fair. I am the way, the truth, and the life. And here's what I would say, Parkview. Do not make the mistake of determining what is true by what seems fair. We don't do that in any other area of life, do we? I mean, for instance, we're coming at the end of this year soon. We'll be getting into next year. We'll be doing taxes and things like that. All of us are going to get our taxes done. We're going to find out how much money we owe back to the government. What if this year when you got your taxes done and ready, instead of sending in that money for taxes, you just decided to write a little letter, right, to the IRS. And you just said, here's the deal. I'm just going to write you a letter. I'm going to say, Dear IRS, I do not believe that the current tax code is fair. Therefore, I do not believe that I owe you this money. Guess what they're going to say? I don't care if you believe it's fair or not. You still owe that because that's what's true. You see, the thing about Christianity is not so much is it fair, but is it true? And here's what I want to say just this last little bit. Here's what I want to say. I believe for the record that Jesus in John chapter 14, verse 6, I believe not only is it true, I also believe that it's fair.